How to Train Your Useless Dragon. How to Train Your Useless Dragon by Mika Crispy on AO3. Chapter 18. How to Play Around with Your Friends. Shitty fucking Deku. That was the last time Katsuki ever does something nice for that brainless lizard. Last night, they finally had a great breakthrough with Deku's magical powers. And how does this asshole repay him? He wakes up jumping and runs away before Kachan has any time to put on his shoes. The dragon woke up before Katsuki, shifted into his human form, and shook Bakugou awake, talking excitedly about having to show Mina. Come on, Kachan. They're healed. We need to try again. Mina won't believe it. Wake up. Let's go, Kachan. When Katsuki finally manages to open his eyes, Izuku's already darting downstairs. The Viking jumps out of bed, took his shoes, and tried shoving his feet in them while walking/jumping. He almost fell down the stairs, and his mother gave him a funny look over his stumble. Now, he is running through the village trying to find where Izuku went. Shitty fucking lizard. Katsuki had to skin him and make some bags out of his hide. Maybe that will teach the fucker not to run away from Katsuki. He said some shit about telling the Pink Menace about whatever, so Katsumi makes a beeline for Kirishima's house. He runs as fast as he can, but can't see Izuku. When did the little fucker get so fast? Bro, this way! Kirishima yells, and Katsuki sees his red-headed friend waving at him at the outskirts of the village. Where is Deku? He yells, running towards the other Viking. He showed up at my house this morning, said something about showing his quirk to Mina, and they just ran away. I think they're going to the top of the mountain? Kirishima says, pointing at the beginning of the woods next to the village. Probably the path the two dragons took to go up the mountain. Let's fucking go then. When he sees the two idiot dragons, he will pull out Deku's teeth and Pinky's horns to show them a lesson. Assholes. Who do they think they are to leave Bakugou Katsuki behind? When Katsuki gets to them, he is going to... Ah! Kirishima, and only Kirishima, Katsuki will fight about this his whole life. Screams in fear when the two dragons jump down from the treetops right on top of them. You fucker, I'm gonna fucking kill you all! Katsuki yells. He is laying on the ground with Izuku's huge dragon form on top of him. The asshole lizard still has the galls to lick his face. That is fucking it. The idiot is becoming a handbag for the rest of the day. Get off of me, you idiot! Shitty lizard! I'm gonna use you as shark bait. I'm gonna skin you and mount your head over my bed. I'm gonna... But no matter the threat, Deku's still looking at him with shiny eyes and an expression of happiness on his face. Then the dragon gets off him and starts stretching his wings. Oh, he's showing Katsuki that his wings are fully healed. What? You're healed. And why the fuck do I care? You're gonna fly away with the shitty pink problem now? Katsuki asks, grumpily. Not that he thinks that is what Izuku will do. He knows the dragon is a little too emotional to leave without saying proper goodbyes. But it's hard to think about anything else when Deku's broken wings were the sole reason he was staying in the village after all. But Deku knocks his head on Bakugou's chest with an annoyed look on his face. The Viking can hear Izuku's voice on the other head. Don't be silly, Kachan. I'm not gonna go away like that. Then the dragon positions its body by Katsuki's side and gives him a coy look. Oh, you want me to ride you? Izuku nods. Well, I suppose we could go up the mountain quicker this way. Hey, shitty hair, I'm gonna mount Deku. Katsuki looks over to Kirishima, and Mina should be just to see the giant pink dragon pulling Izuru by the shirt with her mouth. She looks like she's trying to make the boy go up her back, but the Viking is resisting. Wait, Mina, I like you very much, but I don't think our relationship's gotten to the point yet, and maybe we should wait and... Mina finally manages to put Kirishima on her back, and the dragon looks awfully pleased with herself. Kirishima looks in complete panic, hanging on Mina's neck for dear life. Katsuki rolls his eyes and climbs on top of Izuku. Apparently, the shitty dragons are running the show today. and there is nothing they could do except go along with it. As soon as both Vikings are safely on top of them, the dragons take off, running to the mountaintop. Luckily, they remember it's too dangerous to fly so close to the village, so they run between the trees. Katsuki and Izuku usually fly together, and haven't really run on the ground. It's very interesting, a little shakier than a horse, and definitely faster. It doesn't take long for Mina and Kirishima to take the lead on their impromptu race. The pink dragon is much bigger and her steps are over twice the length of Deku's. His little dragon is doing his best to keep up, but he isn't actually managing it. Katsuki can feel Izuku getting annoyed with that. Underneath the sweet and cute personality, Deku can be quite competitive, so it shouldn't have been such a surprise when Katsuki feels some kind of sparkling tingling on his skin and sees green lightning running over Izuku's whole body. But it is a surprise, and the only thing Katsuki can think is, oh shit, before their speed increases tenfold. He holds on to Izuku's neck, feeling his arms work up all the strength he has to stop himself from falling. The wind goes through them almost as if they're running through a tornado. The fuck are you doing, Deku? He screams, but the wind's sound is so loud he doesn't think the dragon heard him at all. Katsuki wants to be angry because Izuku's using his power in such a reckless way after they tried to take a couple of steps last night. He wants to be furious and berate the dragon for allowing his competitiveness to get the best of him. Bakugo really wants to be mad and make Deku understand that what he is doing is bad. But he can't. He can't fight the wild smile that comes to his face. This is fun. So incredibly fun. Almost better than flying. It's just as thrilling and even faster than they go when they're airborne. And also, can't help but feel proud that Izuku is being brave enough to use his powers. Katsuki is the one who helped them overcome the mental block with his magic. And now Izuku is, literally, running with it. And they are winning over Kirishima and Mina. They climb up the mountain, and they're winning over Kirishima and Mina. The climb of the mountain usually takes over an hour, but they do it in less than 20 minutes. Izuku manages to halt the run when they arrive at the top with a single hitch. He's already used to his powers as something natural. When Katsuki dismounts from Izuku and the dragon shifts back into his human form, both boys have mirroring huge smiles on their faces. Izuku tackles him on a big hug before the Viking manages to say anything. Well done. I did it. I used one for all. Izuku hugs him, but very tightly. You did, you crazy fucker. Almost gave me a fucking heart attack. Izuku giggles in the hug, completely unashamed of scaring Katsuki. Shitty fucker. He's lucky Katsuki won't actually make him into a belt because he really fucking deserves it. Kirishima and Mina arrive there almost after 10 minutes later. Clearly even Mina's size isn't enough to keep up with his dragon's power. Wow, Izuku, that was some crazy speed there, Kirishima says impressed, dismounting Mina. Izuku! The girl screams as soon as she shifts. I can't believe it! You really did it! You can control your quirk! She jumps over and to hug Izuku, knocking Katsuki back. He snarls at her to express his discontent, but allows Izuku to be pampered by his friend a little. Bakugo knows how important having control of his quirk is for Izuku and his relationship with other dragons. This won't stop him from being a little petty, though. Of course, I helped him control it since you dragons don't know shit about training, he says proudly. Yeah, Kachan is the best. Izuku smiles at him, making Katsuki blush. He's great at everything and he taught me how to control my quirk. Yeah, whatever. What I do need to know is why the fuck did we ran up the shitty mountain so early? Katsuki grunts, a little embarrassed with Deku's praise. My wings are healed, and I need to test my quirk some more, so I figured we could all fly together and play around with my quirk. Besides, Kirishima still hasn't flown with Mina. Deku explains excitedly. Oh, flying, Kirishima says with a terrified look on his face. The last time Kirishima flew with Izuku, He spent half an hour crying and hugging the floor. Katsuki can't help but smirk, imagining how Loverboy will explain to his girl he's afraid of flying. It only took one of Mina's smiles to get Kirishima to agree to fly. Really, it's embarrassing to see how whipped this fucker is. Katsuki would never be like that. He agreed to follow Izuku to try using his powers in fights. After a small freakout, because it doesn't make sense for his dragon to be able to control his magic in every situation. Izuku's puppy dog eyes had nothing to do with Katsuki's decision. And now they were here, flying over the waves in the most unbelievable speed. Izuku's wings created waves themselves with how powerful they are. Katsuki feels like they could cross the whole world before dinner if they were not careful. From time to time, they had to go back to find Kirishima and Mina, who were flying in a much tamer speed. Actually, Katsuki thinks Mina is going slower than her usual to not freak out Shitty here. God only knows how, but Kirishima's courting seems to be working on the pink girl. Katsuki doesn't know what tips him off the most. The fact that his friend fell in love at first sight with a dragon, or that the dragon is starting to precipitate his feelings. Both concepts sound absolutely wild to him. And Shitty Hair had the gall to compare his weird obsession with the pink menace with Katsuki's relationship with Deku. What complete bullshit. They're nothing alike whatsoever. Kirishima has a crush on a girl. This is stupid, normal. What Katsuki and Deku have is completely unique. They understand another in a whole different level, and they complete each other. Katsuki didn't even know he wasn't complete until he met Deku. Before, when he and Deku just saw each other to talk and play, he knew Deku was a special friend of his. But now, after living together, he understands that Deku is more than that to him. Deku makes his days happier, makes his relationship with other people easier, makes knowledge more meaningful. Katsuki doesn't want to live without the little dragon ever again because Deku is his partner. So, no, Shitty Hair, you can't compare your shitty, day-old crush with the kind of connection Katsuki and Izuku have. Hey, Deku, I think we got too far from Shitty Hair and Pinky. Let's go back. Katsuki yells when Deku halts midair. But Deku doesn't turn back. He stays frozen, looking at the distance. Deku, let's go! When Izuku doesn't move again, Bakugou squints his eyes to find out what the dragon is looking at, and then his heart drops. There are 4 huge dragons coming their way, flying straight towards him and Deku. Shit, Deku, we gotta move, they can't see us! Katsuki screams, pulling at Izuku's neck to get the dragon out of his stupor. Let's go, Deku! Finally, Izuku snaps out of it, turns on his quirk, and then flies away quickly. Katsuki doesn't even look back. They need to find Kirishima and Mina and go back to the content. Bakugou doesn't want to think about what happened if the other dragons catch the Vikings riding Izuku and Mina. Izuku has mentioned before that they have rules about not contacting humans. And right now, Katsuki wishes he had paid more attention and asked more questions about those rules. It doesn't take long for them to find the others with Izuku's impressive speed. Kirishima and Mina are leisurely playing with the waves. The dragon goes up and down until the tips of her wing touch the sea, and then she sprinkles water around them, and Kirishima laughs happily. Shitty Hair, Pinky, we gotta go! Bakugou yells. Izuku must have sent one of his telepathic messages to the girl because Mina stops midair, much like Izuku had done before, with a terrified look on her face. Let's go! We need to go back! Katsuki yells again, and the dragon resumes flying towards the mountaintop. Izuku only uses his quirk to keep up with Mina. They can't have anyone behind in this situation. Katsuki can feel his heart banging on his chest. Shit. Did the other dragon see him on top of Izuku? He doesn't know. Maybe? It's too hard to say because of the distance, and the sun may hinder their vision. But maybe they did. And if they did, what will the dragons think? That Izuku's a traitor? That Katsuki has a dragon under his command? Will they kill Izuku? Will they destroy all the human villages? They don't stop until they reach the mountaintop again. As soon as they land, Kirishima and Katsuki jump off the dragons, and they shift back into their human forms. What happened? Why did we run back? Kirishima asked, confused. Let's go. We need to go back to the village, Katsuki says, pulling Izuku by the wrist. Kachan, we can't. They may look for us there. Izuku pulls back, forcing Katsuki to stay. They, who? What is happening? Izuku and Feisty saw 4 dragons flying. They saw Izuku, Mina explains to Kirishima, then looks back to the other dragon. Are you sure it was them? Yes, I'm sure, he says seriously. They shouldn't have been around here. It's too far away from the archipelago. Mina shakes her head. And that can only mean they're looking for us, Izuku says. They who? You know these dragons? Katsuki asks Izuku. Yes, they are my friends, Izuku says, uncomfortably. Hey, if they're just your friends, then why are we freaking out? We just gotta go talk to them, Kirishima says, smiling, as if everything was solved just like that. It's not like that, Kiri. Even though they're our friends, it doesn't mean they will approve of us making friends with humans, Mina says, pouting. That's why we need to fucking go now. Back to the village. We need to hide. Katsuki pulls Izuku again. Why is he being so stubborn? Why aren't they just following Bakugou's lead? Kachan, if they find us in the village, there will be fights. The humans will attack, and the dragons will counter. You and Kirishima need to go. Mina and I will talk to them, Izuku says, definitively. Hell to the no! I'm not leaving you alone. They may have seen me on your back. They could hurt you because of the rules about not interacting with humans. Katsuki protests. Kachan, you need to go. It's too dangerous. I'm not gonna let you get hurt, Izuku says angrily. Too fucking bad, Shitty Deku. I'm not gonna let you get hurt either, Katsuki yells back. Before Izuku could respond, they hear a huge roar coming from the sky. The 4 dragons found them. There was a navy blue dragon, a striped like pink and silver one. One seems to be all shades of purple, and a half-white, half-red dragon. They're all quite a colorful bunch. Katsuki would be impressed if he wasn't so freaked out. The dragons are now too close. They can't run away anymore. Bakugou doesn't have his weapons. He left them behind when he ran after Izuku that morning. Kirishima is also unarmed, so they're just sitting ducks right now. Katsuki pulls Izuku to his arms, half hugging and half protecting the smaller boy. Whatever may happen right now, he needs to take care of Izuku. It's all his fault this is happening. He was the one who hunted down Izuku in the first place, and then demanded Izuku to keep talking to him. He needs to take responsibility over this mess, and make sure no one gets hurt. There you guys are, a voice sounds in their back, spooking Katsuki and making him hug Izuku even tighter against his chest. We've been looking for you for over this stupid mountain. Sero shows up from the tree lines with a very tired-looking Kaminari. You guys are the worst, running away to play without us, and making us look for you for hours. Now I'm too exhausted to play, and someone will have to take me back down the village. Kaminari whines, making way towards them. Shit, things just got worse. So, how are we feeling? We feeling funny? We feeling nice? How are we feeling, guys? God, this is a chaotic chapter. Everything's going down. Everything is going down. I wonder how this could be solved. I wonder how everything's gonna go around. Like, goddamn. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong, right? Sero and Kaminari are there. Freaking 4 dragons, which appear to be, if I remember correctly, and if I remember from the descriptions, Shinso, Uraraka, Ida, and Todoroki. So, how wrong can things go? How horrible can things get? What can go wrong? What can go right? Find out next time! Okay, that was... okay. Anyways, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching!